right, this is Travels with Dottie coming at you on June 23rd, 2024, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are in Story Lake State Park, and we are headed into town. In town here means Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's been a very intense rainy few days with flash warnings and threatened evacuations in parts of Las Vegas, Nevada here. It's been pretty exciting. But today, we are headed into town for the every other week and sometimes every 3 weeks, if I'm careful, finding a local laundromat and doing laundry. And there are many nomads that lament this chore and wish I had a washer and dryer in my rig. Some people do. And even those that do, it's pretty hard to use that much water when you're boondocking. And I have no desire for a washer and dryer because this is one of my favorite things to do. Who knows who or what I might run into or find as I run into a brand new laundromat in a brand new part of town, everything's new. Anything can happen, right? So this laundromat is 4.3 miles away, and we are headed there right now. I think like anything in life, how you think about things determines how you feel, and really your emotions. And here I have an emotion where there is something I cannot get off. You see that smudge right there? I tried scrubbing on both sides of the windshield to get rid of that, and I have so far been unsuccessful. I'll have to take a closer look at it. I don't know what that is, but it's unfortunate. It's hard to avoid and I'm trying to educate myself a little bit better on these driving shots. There've been a few where people said, it's a little blurry, Rob. It's not that great. It's distracting when it's blurry. Please have it sharp. So I'm on the iPhone and I'm using the sort of Ultra HD. I think what may be happening if you don't use a very high resolution, what makes it blurry is the software that does the stabilization. Because as I'm driving here, as I look at the phone now as it's recording, it's vibrating quite a bit. It's vibrating visibly, but the footage will be clear, will be steady, and I think that's at the cost of sharpness. So we'll see. We've got it at a pretty high resolution here, so you guys will let me know. And sometimes you gotta be careful on your end, because sometimes for some reason your resolution gets stepped down to like 360, so it looks like a terrible picture, but were you to step it up to like 1080, it would look perfect. And YouTube will step down your resolution if it detects any problems with your connection, so keep that in mind. We just passed Tractor Supply on the right. Is that not far from Tampa, but that's where I bought my new generator. That's pretty exciting, huh? My new generator, which I'll be using today, because the other errand that we have to do today is we have to stop and get Dottie some Dottie food, which primarily is vegetables and ground beef or ground turkey, and I need to use the Instant Pot. And as it's been raining a few days, I'll want to use the generator to do the Instant Pot cooking, and also to beef the batteries up a little bit, because we're not getting any sun. No sun today. There's a Best Hardware Hacienda Home Center right next to Walmart. It's like a local hardware store, and I haven't done a tour in there. I'm gonna try to do that maybe this week before I leave. But that's Walmart on the right, and it's not a super Walmart, it's a regular Walmart, which is plenty for me. Others prefer the super Walmart. And we have a blinking stoplight. Treated just like a stop sign. Just like a four-way stop. What else do we have around? There's a Dairy Queen. There is a Super Save Discount Foods. There's a Harbor Freight back there. I think we passed it, but there's a Harbor Freight in time. There's Blake's Lottaburger. And that's kind of I don't know much about the business aspects of it, but they're all over New Mexico. And they're a pretty damn good hamburger. Trust me, it's a good hamburger. I've had 2 of them since I've been here in Las Vegas. Reasonably priced, really good hamburgers. And we have an Allsups. That's another place you see. Allsups with Valero is what you see all over New Mexico. Little convenience store with the Valero gas. The other thing that keeps happening, and this just happened now, and I happened to catch it as it happened, is I'll be recording and suddenly the whole camera app will disappear or it'll stop recording. And I'm wondering if that's part of the vibration. That I don't know, that happens all too often. And it's unfortunate if I don't notice and I keep on talking and I think I'm being recorded and I'm not. So what else do we have up here? We have a Wendy's, an Arby's, a McDonald's, a Pizza Hut. This is fast food row. But more importantly, if you're visiting, you're a nomad. Up here on the left is a Walgreens. Why do I call that out as important? They have a FedEx office inside Walgreens. You may send and, with capital letters, receive FedEx packages there. No fee. It's a designated drop-off, pickup FedEx site. So you just use, what I do, I use their address, but I use my name, and I also put Walgreens FedEx site in there. It seems to make everybody feel better, but I'm pretty sure you can just use your name and the address, and they see a FedEx box. They know what to do with it. Taco Bell on the corner. There's a Wells Fargo bank here. You're a Wells Fargo customer. We're less than a half a mile from the Laundromat. Dottie's with me, by the way. Dottie's in the co-pilot seat, chilling out. There's another Best hardware store. I think Best is, a friend of mine told me, it's like a franchise or a coalition of independent hardware stores. Probably kind of like the old East, at least in the East Coast, from what I remember, IGA. It's International Grocers Association. So you could be a private grocery store and join the IGA, and combine buying power, things of that nature. And what do we have here? Big R, something called Big R. Don't know what that is. A footwear clothing feed, I guess. I'm not familiar with it. There's an AutoZone, Family Dollar, but it's telling me to make a turn right here for a laundromat. So it's got to be in here somewhere. And it's telling me I passed it. Or I passed one of the entrances, I think. Is around, maybe to the left here. Let's see. Doesn't look very promising, though. If it's one of these places, it's looking pretty empty. It's showing me right on top of it. Oh, Laundromat. And is it open? It doesn't look very promising because the lights are down. Closed. Open. Closed 7:30. Doesn't say days. I would think if it's open today, closed due to water restriction. Okay, that is what's going on here, guys. It is closed because of the flooding and there's a water restriction, and that is why it is closed. So that we've had a ton of rain, flooding, and even there were some either threats of evacuations or actual evacuations of parts of town here in the past couple of days. So you probably didn't see it, but I saw the handwritten sign there. So we're going to have to delay our laundry. And it's okay for me. I got a few more days. I feel bad for the local business, though, that there's no income for them while this is going on. And I imagine it sounds like they have to wait until the water restrictions are lifted. And I think the water restriction, I'm surprised it affects the laundromat, because I think the restrictions are boiling water because of potential contamination. But I don't know. Maybe, getting contaminated water on your clothes will get you sick too. I don't know. But there's a boil restriction for drinking water. Because I know the water overwhelmed their water treatment plant. It got flooded. It's kind of ironic that this whole area of New Mexico has been threatened by water and fire. I'm sure you've seen the news of the two big fires that consumed a big part of Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is like a couple hundred miles southwest of here. It's near famous Roswell. You've heard of Roswell, the place allegedly where the spaceship crashed in the 40s. That's fairly near. It's also near. I spent quite a bit of time down there. Last summer, it's Lincoln County, and you might have heard of the Lincoln County Wars and the legend of Billy the Kid. They're Young Guns, starring Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. Was a well-known Western film, and that was about the Lincoln County Wars, and Emilio Estevez played Billy the Kid, and it all took place there in Lincoln County near Ruidoso, and that whole area in Lincoln where all that stuff happened is preserved, and you can walk through it and see it. I did a video on it last year. I heard an engine whining terribly, and I thought, is that me? It was a Jeep that passed me. So anyway, all that takes place there, and I spent some time camping out near there. I love the area, and I was really sad to hear over 1,000 homes were destroyed by that fire. And I think it's because of all this rain, thank goodness, those fires are largely abated and contained. But for many days, they're reporting 0% containment, very high winds, dry conditions. And then all this rain came in. So we're going to just head back and stop by the Walmart and get Dottie Dog's ingredients and head back to camp. So this is the same road you just saw, just go in the other direction. It's funny, there's a big FedEx location here. You see all the FedEx trucks, but there's no public accessible office there, so you can't send things or receive things in that office, which is unfortunate. Kind of wondering why people are beeping their horns wildly. We're waiting for the green light. And we went as soon as it went. Who knows? Who knows what they think? We're going to turn in here at Walmart. Hopefully not get beeped at. honking horns. It's a unique communication method. A honking horn has almost a lot of different meanings potentially on what's going on. Someone's trying to say something to you, or maybe to someone else. So the first thing you have to figure out is the horn being directed at me. If it is being directed at me, what is the message? Am I potentially doing something wrong or incorrect? And so you sort of do that self-examination and go, oh yes, I'm sitting at a green light, so it must mean me, and it must mean I'm not going through the light when it's green. Other times, you're not sure, is it me? I don't see that I'm doing anything wrong, but someone, and both the duration of a honk or how much repetition there is in direct proportion to how upset someone is. You can just tap your horn. That's kind of it's kind of a cheerful little thing. You're not very upset. You're just trying to say, hey, got your attention. But if you lay on it for like 5 seconds, you're saying, hey, buddy, listen to me. And if you're doing that hard multiple times, you're losing your, you know what. So I'll go all the way down here so people can get in and out of their cars easier. They only have to walk a few more feet. So I'm gonna leave Dottie here in the car, and it's only 68 degrees, so I'm just gonna crack a couple windows, because Dottie, I'm not gonna be long. Do you wanna see Dottie? Here, hang on. There's Dottie. Dottie, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna crack that. There, and I'll crack the other one. And I will be back super soon, because I'm only getting your food. And don't tell any of my listeners though, but I'm gonna get cookies too, but I'm gonna hide that from them. All right, we'll be back. See you in a minute, Dottie. So I got some interesting information in the grocery store. By the way, Dottie was just fine. The temperature is just perfect for little doggies. The first thing I noticed is everybody had tons of bottled water piled in their carts. And I talked to a woman who told me that all the businesses other than grocery stores and I think gas stations are closed, mandatory closed in Las Vegas until Wednesday due to the water contamination. And so a lot of people were getting bottled water. It was pretty busy in there. I on the other hand, when I'm in state parks, when I arrive, I fill my tank with fresh water, and I use that fresh water in my tank for the full 2 weeks. So I'm not hooked up to what they call city water, so I'm not getting any of that contaminated water. My drinking water is bottled, so I'm good to go. So if I'm careful, I will have enough socks and underwear until I can get to a laundromat again. That's kind of interesting. The laundromat closest to, on Thursday I'll be heading towards Coyote Creek, and the closest one to there is about 30 minutes away. It's in Angel Fire, New Mexico. Cute little town, a nice little laundromat. So that's what I will be doing. Unless I find a closer one in one of the tiny little towns near Coyote Creek, but I'm pretty sure there aren't. I think I looked last year. Angel Fire was definitely the closest. So I am blessed with. I wear socks, underwear, blue jeans, and t-shirts that are inexpensive, and that's my wardrobe. That's it. So if I ever really got stuck going to Walmart and buying a package of t-shirts and a package of underwear and a package of socks is not that much more than doing a load. Well, that's not. I was going to say that's not much more than doing a load of laundry, but that's a gross exaggeration. But you know what I mean. I got options if I get stuck because I dress so inexpensively. And I'm known for having pet hair on my t-shirts. Only because I gave up the battle a long time ago. So I sent the bad news message to Donna and Sally about the laundry. Is that they're in Class C's, so it's a little bit tougher for them to get laundry done. They can't zip around as easily. I told them about the laundromat in Mora, and I said, hey, you could stop there on your way through, and they said great. And I went by to show them where it was, and the parking lot was substantially smaller than I had remembered, and there's no chance they would be able to park there, so that's not going to be an option. They may have to wait until we get to Coyote Creek, and we'll do a laundry day, and I'll give them both a ride to Angel Fire. There's plenty of parking for them in Angel Fire, but to go from Coyote Creek to Angel Fire, you have to go through a very narrow, switchbacky mountain pass to get there. And it's if you're pulling a trailer, which I've done, it's not, or driving an RV, it's stressful. But it's not a big deal just driving in the truck. I've done it multiple times. And we are back. You notice the rain? The rain is back. And we're going to get back. We're going to fire up the generator. We're going to cook some Dottie food and charge some batteries up. That'll be nice. I had moved the new generator to the back of my truck, which is where it's going to stay, because it's just over 100 pounds, and with gas in it, it's going to be like 116 pounds if it's full. I foolishly picked it up and put it in the back of my rig by myself because I'm capable of being a moronic male of the species. All I had to do was wait. Sally would help me. Anybody would help me. But I had to do it myself and took that risk of re-injuring my back for no good reason. That bonging sound you might have heard was the fasten your seatbelt message for Dottie. She shifted in the seat there and saw, there's a person, put on a seatbelt. It stopped. She moved back. Usually I have her platform and in her mattress, but since I'm taking visitors so often, camping with people, that's in the back. But she's still comfortable on the seat, as you saw, I'm sure. So we're just waiting here. There's one way out, one way in, one way out. They control the entry here. So that looks probably a day use person. It looks like they paid to come in. Ooh, hit a big bump. That's telling Dottie she sort of laid out. It's like it thinks she's only. I think she's lost a couple of pounds. I think she's about 28 pounds right now. So I think I mentioned in a previous video, the camp host next to me had these kind of unsightly tarps over his rig, and he was not there the whole time. I had not seen him once, And next thing I know, came back yesterday. He's gone. His rig's not there. Yeah, that's Dottie. That's giving you a little warning there, Dottie. It's saying maybe you should have a smaller dinner. Do you think that's what it's saying? So it's the red light's on, so it's going to bong again before we get back to camp here. But anyway, that camp post is gone. I bet you anything, if it was something I wanted to do, I could go in there, give him my resume, my recommendations from Army Corps of Engineers, and I could slide into that camp post spot and stay here until September, October if I wanted to, for the free site, free electric. But that's not in the plans for me. And here we are. Not too many tent campers left after all that rain we've been having. But anyway, this was today's Errand adventure. Let's see if we can turn. So that is today's Errand adventure. And I'm glad that you rode along with me, even though we didn't get much done. We got Dottie's food, and we got information about why the laundry was closed and why everything else is going to be closed. Good thing I'm all stocked up on food. I have no desire or need to go to a restaurant, so we're good. See, there's a neighbor packing up, ready to go, to take off. And we're going to back into the site here so we can get our generator going. All right, Dottie, you wait here while I get the generator and everything going. And I appreciate you watching the video. I know today wasn't a very exciting one, but that's the way it goes some days. Take care. See you in the next one.